Good morning all. In our today's session, we are going to deal with the property of a transformers. Actually, this is the last part of our alternating current chapter. Now, after the completion of transformers, we can go to the problem session. After that, we can discuss some problems about CT questions. Now, what is the meaning of transformers? That we should know first. What is a transformer? Generally, it is a device which converts low input voltage into high output voltage. Listen that carefully. It is a device which converts low input energy into high output energy, or you may call that as voltage, current. That is left to you. That is why I have called that as energy. It is a device which converts low input energy into high output energy, or high input energy into low output energy. This is actually a transformer. Means there are two different types of transformers. They are step down transformer and step up transformer. There are two different types of transformers. One is step down transformer and another one is step up transformer. Here, what is the meaning of step down transformer and what is the meaning of step up transformer? Step down transformer means it is a device which converts high input energy into low output energy, or you may call that as it is a device which converts high alternating voltage into low alternating voltage. You may write this as it is a device which converts high input alternating current or alternating voltage. It is a device which converts high input alternating voltage into low output alternating voltage. Step down transformer is a device which converts high input alternating voltage into low output alternating voltage, or we may call that as converts high input energy into low output energy. For step up transformer, it is vice versa. What it means? It converts low input energy into high output energy. Step up transformer is a device which converts low input alternating voltage into a high output alternating voltage. This is the meaning of a step down or step up transformer. In your examination, they may ask this for 1 mark, or they may ask for 2 marks. What is the meaning of step up and step down transformer? Together, it is going to get 2 marks, or individually, they may ask this for 1 mark. Now, we have to see how the transformer is going to construct and what is the working of the transformer and what is the theory of the transformer. Here, right now, the transformer concept can be also asked for 5 marks. What is the meaning of transformer? What is transformer? Right, construction and working of construction, working and theory of the transformer may ask for 5 marks in your examination. For that, we have to draw a diagram. Without the help of diagram, it is very hard to understand. So for that, what we have to do is we have to draw a diagram. Then only we will get to know how the transformer is going to work. Initially, what we have is a soft iron core. Soft iron core will be in the shape of a square. That is generally like this. if a soft iron core means there will be a number of layers of iron soft cores. I haven't read that correctly. If you go through the pictures in online, or you may go search in Google, you will get the exact concept of a transformer. This is generally will be like this. Here there is a gap. Actually, this is our soft iron core. This is one layer of a transformer and the another layer of a transformer. There will be several layers consisting this soft iron core. Actually, the soft iron core will be like this, but in one layer to the another layer there will be a small insulation. From one layer to another layer there will be a insulation concept that will be very small, that is very negligible. It is like coating a paint on a wall. It will be like coating a paint on a wall. There will be an insulation between one soft iron sheet to the another soft iron sheet. That will be like our pages in our notebook. We have several number of pages. Like that only, there will be a number of sheets or number of layers inside a soft iron core. This is the basic construction of a transformer. Now we are doing our construction part. This is how the transformer is going to construct. Next, at the one end of the soft iron core or one end of the transformer, what we have to do is we have to wind a copper wire. On one end of the soft iron core, we have to wind a copper wire. For that, we have to connect an AC source. Here, we are connecting an AC source to the one end of the transformers. In another side, what we have to do is we have to construct again a number of turns and again we have to connect an output device. Here we are going to measure the output voltage which is coming out of the transformers. Here we have input power supply. Let us assume that as VI. VI means input voltage or input power supply. This is output voltage. The output energy we are getting will be measured using some instruments. But right now, if we look at this diagram, there will be a number of turns in primary and secondary coils. This we used to call it as primary coil and this one as a secondary coil. Now, what is the meaning of secondary coil and the primary coil and how we are going to see in a transformer? That is more important. I have already told that there will be two different types of transformers. One is step down transformer and another one is step up transformer. How we are differentiating these two transformers? There will be some difference between the construction of these two transformers. The whole principle and the whole working is same, but there will be some difference in construction of these two transformers. There will be a symbolic representation of this transformer, that is we have already seen this symbol in our inductor. Actually, this is the symbolic representation of an inductor. Here also what we are doing is we are winding a wire on a metal piece. That is nothing but an inductor. This part works as an inductor and this part also works as an inductor. Now what we are doing is writing the symbolic representation of that is symbolic representation of a transformer. This is symbolic representation of the transformer. We cannot write a general transformer in every diagrams. In our circuit concepts, we cannot write a transformer. That is why we are using a symbolic transformation in our circuit diagrams. Right now, what I am going to do is I am going to explain how step-down transformer is different with the step-up transformer. In step-down transformer, the coils or the number of turns in primary coil is greater than the number of turns in the secondary coil. That I will show using a symbol. Step down means it has to decreases its energy. It has to decrease its initial energy. For that, what we have to do is let us consider this as our primary coil, and this is soft iron core. That is symbolic representation of soft iron core. And here we have our secondary coil. This is our primary coil. And this is our secondary coil. If the number of turns in primary coil is greater than the number of turns in secondary coil, generally we use N as a representation of number of turns in a coil. For that, I am going to consider the number of turns in primary coil is greater than number of turns in secondary coil. If the number of turns in primary coil is greater than the number of turns in the secondary coil, then we used to call such type of transformers as step-down transformers. And the concept is reversed for the case of step-down transformers. If the number of turns is less and the number of turns in a secondary coil is greater than the primary coil, then we used to call such type of transformers as step-up transformers. If number of turns in primary coil is greater than the number of turns in the secondary coil, that is step-down transformer. If the number of turns in a primary coil is less than the number of turns in a secondary coil, is called as step-up transformer. This means it is converting high input energy into low output energy. This sinusoidal wave represents the peak value of voltage of the input signal or output signal. Here we have maximum input energy and here we have less output energy. But in the case of step-up transformer, the low input energy is converting into high output energy. This is actually a step down and step up transformer. Now again here the complete part of a construction. Now we have to see how it will going to work. What is the working process of a transformer? Generally, if we switch on the AC source, then the current starts to flow through this copper wire. If we turn on the switch of an AC source, then the current starts to flow throughout the copper wire. Then what it is going to happen? When the current starts to flow in a metal, around the surface of the wire there will be the presence of magnetic field. Once the current starts to flow, then the magnetic field starts to flow. We used to call that as magnetic flux. There will be the presence of magnetic flux around the surface of the copper wire. Here there will be some amount of energy is inducing. That energy is called as EMF induced by an inductor. The energy is called as EMF induced in an inductor. Here the magnetic field starts to flow throughout the soft iron core. Once it reaches the secondary coils, then due to the help of a magnetic field, the copper wire absorbs or induces this copper wire, and there will be the presence of flow of electric current. Once the induced magnetic flux induces the secondary coil, then there will be the presence of current in an secondary coil. Then we can get our output voltage. Once the current starts to flow in primary coil, there will be the presence of magnetic flux. The induced magnetic flux again creates voltage or current in our secondary coil that we can measure using our secondary devices. This is how a transformer generally going to work. The induced magnetic field in a secondary coil produces some energy in the form of voltage or current that we can measure using our secondary device. This is primary device and this is secondary device. This is all about construction and working of a transformer. We have seen what is the meaning of transformer, what is the construction of transformer and working of a transformer, and here we have seen the different types of transformers and how it is different from one and each other. Now we have to explain the theory of a transformer. I forgot to tell one thing, that is, this step down transformer or step up transformer works on the principle of mutual induction. Any kind of the transformer in this world works on the principle of mutual induction. If you want to clearly understand this concept, you have to go through our magnetic properties of a material. That is electromagnetic. In our electromagnetic induction chapter, there will be a concept of Faraday's law. If we understand that concept, we can easily understand what is the meaning of transformer and step up and step down transformers. This is the principle of a transformer. Now we have to see what is the theory of a transformer. For that I am going to write a symbolic representation of a transformer. This is for reference only. There is no need of write this transformer. For that, what we have to do is, what is the energy is induced in this primary coil? What is the energy induced in primary coil? That is EMF induced in an inductor. EMF induced in an inductor in a primary coil. What is the energy induced in an inductor of a primary coil? That is EP is equal to minus N into P into d phi divided by dt. This is the expression for energy of an EMF induced in an inductor of a primary coil. Here what we are seeing is, what is the EMF induced in an inductor of a secondary coil? What is the EMF induced in a secondary coil? that is Es is equal to minus N into S is equal to d phi divided by dt. Here what is the meaning of EP? This is EMF in primary coil, Es is EMF in secondary coil. This is number of turns of a primary coil, number of turns of a secondary coil. This is phi. What is the meaning of phi here? Phi means that is magnetic flux. Phi means that is magnetic flux. Here d phi divided by dt means that is change in magnetic flux, because in an alternating current the current reverses alternatively. That means magnetic field also changes its direction. If the direction of current changes means the direction of magnetic field is also going to change. Therefore we have written d phi divided by dt here. This is change in magnetic flux with respect to time. This is how generally it will be. Let us assume this as equation 1 and this as equation 2. Let us consider these two expressions as equation 1 and equation 2. If we divide equation 2 using equation 1, divide equation 2 from equation 1, then what we will get? Es is divided by Ep is equal to, we have to divide left hand side by left hand side and right hand side by right hand side. That means minus N into S d phi divided by dt divided by minus N into P d phi divided by dt. If we divide, if we cancels minus minus and d phi by dt, then what we will get? Es divided by Ep is equal to N into S divided by N into P. Actually, this is the expression for a general transform. Es divided by Ep is equal to Ns divided by Np is the expression for transformers. EMF induced in a secondary coil divided by EMF induced in a primary coil. This is equal to the number of turns of a secondary coil to the number of turns to the primary coil. This is our theory of an transformers. Now, in case of ideal transformer, what is the expression? In case of an ideal transformer, what it will be like? What is the meaning of ideal transformer? That is very important. That is, ideal transformer means there will be no concept of losses. If we assume a general transformer, there will be the concept of loss. But in case of transformers, ideal transformers, there will be no losses of energy. If we don't have any kind of loss in a transformer, such type of transformers are called as ideal transformer. In case of ideal transformers, we can also call that as input power. This is equal to output power. This is actually an ideal transformer means input power is equal to output power. That is Pi is equal to Po. What is the expression for power? The expression for power is voltage into current. The expression for power is voltage into current. That is Vi into Ii. This is input voltage, this is input current, this is input power. In case of output, that is VO into IO. This is the expression for power in case of input and output. Next, what it will be? Vi divided by VO is equal to IO divided by II. VI divided by VO is equal to IO divided by II. IO means that is current of an output, or we may call this as primary coil VP, and this also VP. This is VS and this is VS. Power in primary coil or power in a secondary coil. This is voltage in primary coil, current in primary coil, voltage in secondary coil, current in secondary coil. This is VP divided by VS is equal to IS divided by I. But the number of turns means it is direct, number of turns is directly proportional to the voltage in an EMF. That means VP divided by VS is equal to NP divided by NS. That means both voltage and number of turns is directly proportional to each other. If the number of turns in a primary coil is more, means there will be a presence of voltage in a primary coil is greater than secondary coil. If the number of turns in a secondary coil is greater, means the voltage in a secondary coil is greater. Therefore, voltage is directly proportional to the number of coils of an transformer. For that, what we can write is VP divided by VS is equal to NP divided by NS is equal to IS divided by IP. This is the expression for the ideal transformer. Ratios of an ideal transformer can be write like this: VP divided by VS is equal to NP divided by NS is equal to IP divided by IS. Or we may also write like this, that is ES divided by EP is equal to VP divided by VS is equal to IS divided by I. This is the expression for ideal transformer. Generally, this may not going to ask in your examination. If they ask for what is the concept of ideal transformer for 2 marks, then you have to write all these things. In case of ideal transformer, the input power of a transformer is equal to the output output power of a transformer. Then there will be a no loss of energy in case of a transformer is called as ideal transformer. Here, what is the efficiency of the transformer? That is, efficiency is equal to 1 or 100% in case of a ideal transformer. But in case of a general transformer, the efficiency will be less than 1. The efficiency of a transformer in case of a general transformers is less than 1, but for an ideal transformer it is equal to 1. Again, we can write this as this is less than 100%. The efficiency of a transformer is less than 100%. Why it is less than 100%? But here we have 100%, here less than 100%. Why? Because in general transformers there will be some kind of losses in energy. Which are they? That is more important. Now I am going to explain which are the different types of losses in our transformers. That's why we are not getting 100% efficiency in our general transformers. First one is, there are 4 different types of losses in our transformers. I am going to explain that. One is loss due to heat. One is loss due to heat. What is the meaning of heat loss or loss due to heat? If the copper wire means, if the current flowing through the copper wire means, there will be some amount of resistance present inside a copper wire. Due to that, there will be a concept of resistance. Copper wire means some amount of resistance should be there. That is less or greater, more. That is not our concern. But some amount of resistance will be present in a copper wire or in any metal. You may consider iron, cobalt, nickel. In any metal, we can consider a concept of resistance inside a particular metal. Due to that resistance, what it will happen, some amount of energy is going to oppose by the resistance. Then the metal starts to heat. Once the metal starts to heat means there will be a loss in some amount of energy. Due to that concept, we are getting some amount of losses in our input energy or output energy also. This is heat loss. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದರದೇ ಆದಂತಹ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಅದು ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ತಿರುವಂತ ಕರೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದ ಅಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಅಂತೂ ಒಡ್ಡುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸಮ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಫ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್. ಕರೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅರ್ಥ. ಆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೀಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಾಸಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್? ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಲೀಕೇಜ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಲೀಕೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಒನ್ಸ್ ದ EMF ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಅನ್ ಇಂಡಕ್ಟರ್, ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಯ್ತೋ, ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್, ನಾಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್. ಯಾವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗಕ್ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೀಟ್. ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಲಾಸಸ್ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಲೀಕೇಜ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೋತಾ. ಲಾಸಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅಸ್ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಲೀಕೇಜ್. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಓವರ್ಕಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಬೆಟರ್ ಕಾಪರ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್, ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಥಿಕ್ನೆಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಕಾಪರ್ ವೈರ್ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೀಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂದ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಲೀಕೇಜ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಐರನ್ ಕೋರ್ಗಳ ನಡುವೆ ಇನ್ಸುಲೇಷನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಲೀಕೇಜ್ ನಮಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮೆಟಲ್ ನ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಐರನ್ ಕೋರ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಐರನ್ ಕೋರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮೆಟಲ್ ನ ನಾವು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ದ ಲೀಕೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್. ಆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ನ ನಾವು ಆ ರೀತಿ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಡ್ಡಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್. What is the meaning of eddy current? That is important. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆನ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಐರನ್ ಕೋರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಕಾಪರ್ ವೈರ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಹರಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಯ್ತು. ನಂತರ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಐರನ್ ಕೋರ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಕಾಯಿಲ್ ಗೆ ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಷರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ನಡೆಯುವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದ ಎಡ್ಡಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಡ್ಡಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೀಟ್. ಎಡ್ಡಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಹೀಟ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಆ ಹೀಟ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರುವಂತದ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಎಡ್ಡಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಂದಾನೆ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಇಂದ ಬರ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಂದಾನೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೀಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಕಳಿಸುವಂತ ಅಷ್ಟು ಎನರ್ಜಿನೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆನೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಆ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಲಾಸ್ ನಾವು ಎಡ್ಡಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟೆರಿಸಿಸ್ ಲಾಸ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟೆರಿಸಿಸ್ ಲಾಸ್? ಹಿಸ್ಟೆರಿಸಿಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ನಾವು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಹಿಸ್ಟೆರಿಸಿಸ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಸ್ಟೆರಿಸಿಸ್ ಲಾಸಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಸ್ಟೆರಿಸಿಸ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನಮಗೆ. ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫೆರ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ತಗೋತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಫೆರ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಅದು ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಷನ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ನ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದಟ್ ಮೆಟಲ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟ್ ತರ ಬಿಹೇವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟೈಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ. ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್. Then we have to again apply a magnetic field in opposite direction to reduce that magnetic field of a material. ಈ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹಿಸ್ಟೆರಿಸಿಸ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟೆರಿಸಿಸ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕಬಲ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಫೆರ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್. ಫೆರ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಸ್ಟೆರಿಸಿಸ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂತ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಎರಡೂ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಬರ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇದು ಇಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರತ್ತೆ. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಕೂಡ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟೈಸೇಷನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟೈಸೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಹಿಸ್ಟೆರಿಸಿಸ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಲಾಸ್ ಯಾವುದೇ ಲಾಸ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಾಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೀಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಯಾವುದೇ ಲಾಸ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಹೀಟ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಬಿಸಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಬಿಸಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ, ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ಲಾಸಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್. ಈಗ ಈ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಡೊಮೆಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್, ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ಇರೋ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಡೌನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಹೈ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ವೈರ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಿರುವಂತದ್ದು ತುಂಬಾ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ನಮಗೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕು. ಅವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಡೌನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ ಅಳವಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಯುವರ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಿಂಗ್ ಚಾರ್ಜರ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅಡಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಡಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆನೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಡೌನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೋಮ್ ಅಪ್ಲಯನ್ಸಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ 230 to 240 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂತದ್ದು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ 5 to 7 or 8 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಆ 5 to 7, 8 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಯಾರು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಡೌನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್. 220 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ 5 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಡೌನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ನ ಅಳವಡಿಸ್ಕೋತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲಾಸಸ್, ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್, ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲಾಸಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್. This is the last topic of your alternating currents, and this ends like this. So in our next session we can directly go to the problems and we can deal with the problems. As I said earlier, there will be a probability of asking 5 mark in derivation part or problem part also. We don't know in which part they are going to ask for 5 marks. The total marks assigned for this chapter is 7 marks. Out of that, 5 mark question will definitely come either in the form of problem or derivation. You should be ready for that. In our next class, I am going to deal with some problems. Thank you.